Biden caught on a hot mic during a storm-related trip to Fort Myers, Florida yesterday. He drops the F-bomb during what appears to be a friendly chat with the mayor. Watch here.
By the way, you raised some, no one.
Yeah.
And I can't argue with your brothers outside the house.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right. Good to see you.
Well, let's bring in Joe Concha, a media columnist at The Hill and a Fox News contributor. But before we turn to you, I must turn to this montage.
Yes.
First time. Watch here.
I used to drive an 18-wheeler, man. What am I doing here? What a stupid son of no one buy it.
The Peter Doocy one might be my favorite one, Joe.
Yes. It used to be a big deal when presidents swore. Now, right now, it's kind of a thing that's embraced because now he's being authentic in these situations. It's interesting that he said that nobody F's with a Biden, though, because at last check, the Taliban took Kabul in about the time it takes to deliver a pizza, right, in Afghanistan.
Hey, don't forget OPEC Plus.
I was about to say that, right? He tells the Saudis, please don't cut production. And now they're going to cut production after the president of the United States specifically said not to. China continues military exercises near Taiwan. North Korea just launched missiles over Japan. There are a lot of our adversaries effing with Joe Biden right now. So while we concentrate on the swear word, well, the results are a lot different, it seems.
It felt, and this is feelings, but it felt inauthentic, like it was staged. And also, cursing is one thing, but referring to yourself in the third person is another problem.
That's true. We follow sports. Terrell Owens always used to call himself Terrell Owens all the time. Terrell Owens loves his quarterback. There is something about third person that's a little off-putting.
I thought it was pretty authentic, actually. I think this is how he talks all the time. I think he's real tough, right? We know that he likes to say that he's so gentle and but he's just really, he has fury.
Yeah.
And then he uses language that he likes in order to describe things like the big effing deal when he said to Obama on Obamacare. But I did also want to ask you about this related to the storm coverage. So here you can see how many times the networks mentioned climate change between September 22nd and October 2nd. CNN, 311 times, MSNBC, 212 times. You say CBS News, even that, I think this is interesting compared to the other networks at 61 times. And even President Biden went there yesterday, called for number 4.
We're in a situation where the Colorado River looks more like a stream. There's a lot going on. And I think the one thing this has finally ended is a discussion about whether or not there's climate change and we should do something about it.
Remember this from Don Lemon's exchange last week? Watch it.
Yes.
What effect does climate change have on this phenomenon that is happening now? Because it seems these storms are intensifying. That's the question here.
I don't think you can link climate change to any one event.
Okay.
On the whole, on the cumulative, climate change may be making storms worse, but to link it to any one event, I would caution against that.
So what's going on here?
Never let a crisis go to waste, I guess. Here's the thing. This storm originally formed off the coast of Africa, and then it went thousands of miles all the way to Florida where it hit. So what does climate change exactly have to do with the storm hitting Florida? You could say, well, if we spend trillions of dollars, would that change the trajectory of a hurricane if we put it towards fighting climate and climate change? Until India, Russia, China does anything about their carbon footprint, these things are going to continue to happen in terms of pollution. But to say that this hurricane would have been lessened if the United States spent more to fight climate change is, well, what's the word? Disingenuous, guys.
Well, John Kerry said that point blank, that the United States could take its emissions to zero and we wouldn't have any effect on the climate change. But the point is the media regurgitate misinformation. Michael Schellenberger, who we're going to talk to next hour, said hurricanes are not, the lines were hurricanes are becoming more frequent and intense. No, landfalling U.S. hurricanes have fallen, and there's been no increase in the cost of hurricane damage. But you still get this even from the president.
And millions of people have moved there, Joe. That's not mentioned.
That's a great point. And not mentioned also is that there are hurricanes that have hit Florida and other parts of the United States 100 years ago that killed far more people and caused far more damage. So until you see a trend, you can't be saying that. But to your point, what the administration says, then we see many in media repeat. There's zero inflation. Yeah, maybe there is zero inflation. We're not in a recession. Maybe we aren't in a recession. Suddenly we're entertaining all of these narratives when before they would have been dismissed based on, logic.
Well, and congratulations on your book, Come on, man. I love how you say that. It's a great book. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Number 10 on Amazon for the week. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Pretty good indeed. We'll take it. All right. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.